Hello there! My name is Brent, and right now I am standing at Cerro Gordo, California. And this former mining town is my home. It's where I spend my days exploring the old mines, fixing up some buildings, and riding this dirt bike pretty much anywhere I can. And in this video, that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this bike, we're going to visit some historic areas around the property, and we're going to end at another mine from the 1800s. I'm bringing some friends along with me, so it should be a pretty fun time. I hope you like it. All right guys, today we're going on a little adventure. I'm here at Cerro Gordo right now. As you can see, we're packing up because today I'm going to go to the Reward Mine. It's a mine that I've been wanting to go to for a very long time. It's a mine that is by Independence, California. It was in the 1800s and 1900s, all the way I think until the 1960s. But today, we're gonna try to get there only using the dirt on dirt bikes. We got Tim down there, we got Dustin from Duros, we got Scotty, we got my friend Buddy's here from Florida. So we're packing up the bikes. We have the early times. No, it's not whiskey, it's actually extra fuel because there's not gonna be a gas station on the route that we're taking. So this is the bike I'm taking. This is Tim's bike. Buddy's taking the 200 over there, and then Dustin has his bike down there. What we've been doing down in Keeler, a little update there. Then we're gonna hit the dirt all the way to Reward, check that out, and then hopefully get back here by evening time. And in total, it was gonna be something like 32 or 34 miles, but within those 32 miles, think of all of the history we're gonna hit. I mean, Cerro Gordo, I talk enough about how much history is here, you know, the thought that this was once the largest producer of silver for the state of California. Go down to Keeler, which was once a bustling port city with steamships and railroads and all sorts of businesses. And then Owens Lake, you know, the fact that a 110 square mile lake that was 60 foot deep got drained down into dust is something that I don't think we'll ever see again, or I don't think I'll definitely see in my lifetime, you know. And then the Carson Colorado Railroad. That is something that I've gotten into pretty heavily recently after I took a visit up into Independence, where some guys there are restoring this locomotive. You know, and this was a railroad that was developed to try to capitalize on the silver boom here at Cerro Gordo. History is all around us, and the more you can understand it and the more you get into it, I think the more excited you get about everything, about just daily life. So along the ride today is Dustin from Dual Dorks, which is a great channel. Dustin, what type of bike are you riding today?
Riding a 2022 Kawasaki KLX 300. Picked it up last July.
Yeah.
This is my daily here.
Yeah.
Love this thing.
Dustin comes up a lot. Hi Tim, what type of dirt bike are you riding?
This is the KTM 1190 Adventure.
So you're gonna have to go a lot faster than us, huh?
I don't have to go a lot faster.
You have the ability to go a lot
because
faster.
it's fun.
Yes. We have everything from Tim's bike down to old buddy over here is rocking the 200.
This is a red and blue dirt bike.
Red, white, and blue.
American.
It's an American dirt bike. How confident are you on this ride? You ready for 8 hours?
I can get down the mountain and up the mountain.
All right, that's all we need. We set off on our grand adventure, you know, cut through Keeler and then hit the lake. Riding across Owens Lake is probably one of my favorite rides in this area. The tracks that they made are just so smooth because it's made out of this dirt that just gets piled down and sprinkled on, and you can just rip quite fast out there. And then when you're out there, you know, you see the mountains reflecting off of the water that they've refilled into the lakes. And then down there you see both the Inyo Mountains, you know, where Cerro Gordo is, but you also see the Sierras on your left. And so you just have this tunnel vision of beauty as you're just zooming along with this water going next to you. What happened?
I don't see any punctures, but there's got to be something small in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna go back to Cerro Gordo?
I went back to Cerro Gordo and probably just load her up.
All right.
Kind of a bummer. I wanted to ride today, but it's all good.
All right.
I got a flat on my T-dub too back home. I rode it to work.
So unfortunately we lost Dustin. He got a flat tire and didn't have a tube, so he's gonna go back to Cerro Gordo. So me, Tim, and Buddy are gonna continue going. We're on this old road now. This is eventually what will turn into the Carson Colorado Railroad. So if you watched my last video about Keeler and that railroad, we're gonna get to that line and take that line for a while past Lone Pine up towards the mine. The narrow gauge is something I just recently started researching, you know, mainly thanks to Dave Moll, who runs the restoration process up in Independence, where they're restoring the number 18 locomotive out of the Carson Colorado Railroad. But railroad history is crazy. You know, the thought that they could take this railroad that far, and like after spending a day with the guys in Independence, you know, it takes many hours just trying to bend the track a quarter of an inch to make sure everything goes smoothly. And the thought of doing that over desert and mountains and lakes and streams is just insane. And so riding along it now on this modern dirt bike, I try to put myself in the mentality of a passenger back in the 1800s. I don't know, that's one of my favorite things to do, is to try to like glimpse into the past and jump back and forth. So you can see here we're at kind of one of the stations for the old Carson, Colorado. We're just ripping along the old track and it came up to here, and you can see this is some of the old wood, and you can still see the track that would have been headed out straight that way. Tim luckily has been to the reward line multiple times, and so he kind of knew the best path to get there, and also the area where you can then ride your dirt bikes inside of this mine. I have definitely never ridden a dirt bike within a mine, and so that was a very new experience for me. I believe because it's so well ventilated that they don't have to worry too much about the CO2. That was one of my concerns, but that was what I was told anyways. And for that reason, I didn't rip around in there too much, just kind of rode about a quarter of a mile. You can go back into it and then turn around and go back out. And the goal there was just to hike these beautiful hills that are surround the mine and see some of the old structures there. I spend a lot of time alone up here. I've spent more time alone than I have ever in my life. But there's also a lot of fun to have some friends, you know, and to go on these missions with them. Something might stand out to them that you would otherwise miss, or vice versa. So during this day, we were just swapping, pointing at different things along the ride or along the hike. And it was awesome.
Look at the Sierra Nevada up there, bud.
Look at this view up here. GoPro's dead, but that's nothing new. Surround our camera. Got an old ore chute. This sort of brought the ore down. See if it still works. Still works. Probably to me the craziest part of the day was when we were leaving the reward mine. We came down and there's two sets of cars. And there was one set with some college kids in it, and the next to them a couple. And it turns out that both of these sets of people had watched these videos before. And then the couple that was there, they'd been up here a bunch of times, and they were so nice. They actually cooked us tacos after exploring all day. So thank you so much. That was such a cool thing. Sometimes online, usernames and, you know, online comments are one thing, but to interact with you guys face to face is something that just really humanizes the whole thing, and it means a lot to me, you know, and I hope that I get to meet many of you guys here at Cerro Gordo or elsewhere. And so on the way back, you know, we had done our long ride over there, we had done a little bit of exploring, and what began as 4, we had dwindled down to 2. And so for the last little bit around sunset, You know, Buddy and I got to just ride back over Owens Lake and back into Keeler. Riding a dirt bike out there in sand dunes as the sun is, you know, setting behind Mount Whitney and just casting out all this beautiful light. It's mesmerizing. But I just really feel truly blessed to be able to live in this part of the world. You know, it's something that growing up in the flatlands I never had experience with. But every day out here I just love it so much more, you know, and to understand the history and to go down on, like I said, Keeler, Owens Lake, the railroad, the reward, Cerro Gordo. It's very exciting to me, and it's very exciting to be able to share these things with you. And so I just gotta say thank you all so much for the support of this channel, for this town. I hope that, you know, it inspires you maybe to get out there and experience some more history, you know, to read up about it online or walk to some park and figure out who it's named after, or maybe, hey, maybe get on a dirt bike for the first time and learn how to dirt bike ride and go on some crazy trails by you, or, you know, go to that weird abandoned town that's 2 hours outside of your city and just browse around a little bit and try to put yourself in the shoes of the people that were there. I hope to see a lot of you guys out here in Cerro Gordo someday. I hope you all experience some history, and until then, I will see you all next time.